How smart people outwit censors. I am Milton, son of a carpenter, married. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter, married. I get to make parables. Or maybe I get to tell parables. I get to design parables. Well, you design, you make. Anyway, this is my Tommy parable series about Tommy, the no-armed Chinese fella, who was told by his boss Wu as a management test to stick his right arm into a wood chipper. Tommy slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper. The left arm saw what was going on with righty, and lefty jumped off. Wise thing to do. Some of the carpenter's parables are often wrapped in symbolism. Not only does it mean don't stick your arm in a wood chipper, we all know not to do that. It means you see something bad happen to somebody who's just like you, don't let it happen to you, jump off. Now Tommy, however, it was a management test. The Chinese treats the Oriental unseen business, or fiction, is backwards. They gave him a raise, he's bossing a whole lot of folks around. Also, he won his girlfriend's heart. He's always been scaly. Always talks with a harsh lisp. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot. I told you he was Chinese. They've been sticking their tongue out at the rest of the world for many, many millennia. He snaked his way. Now that he's missing both arms, he does a really mean snake dance, scaly and sticking the tongue out and all that. Snaked his way in between Rhea and whoever he was dancing with at the snake pit. Go figure, it's a popular dance club here in LA somewhere. I don't know if it's the actual name or a nickname. But he won her heart. She's living at his house. And this is where this parable starts. Tommy gets home and she's in the art studio. It's an extra room they got where she chips away at the Tommy de Milo. Yeah, it's like the Venus de Milo, except that, it's Tommy missing his arms. And that's where the computer is. So Tommy goes in and he says, Rhea, I need some help. Take the flash drive out of my pocket. He had the worker put the flash drive in at work. Then he rode that Tommy mobile, 2 wheels, and he's got kind of a helmet thing that steers it. Rode that Tommy mobile home. He's got a nice car. It just hurts his teeth to drive. He's got power steering and all that, but still. He likes to weave in and out of traffic, and it hurts his teeth. Makes him dizzy as he tries to roll down windows, Oh, no, the new car's got the automatic windows. And the good thing about the new car is it's not a stick. So he usually lets Rhea do the driving, especially now he's got the Tommy mobile. He made it home. She took the flash drive out, she put it on the computer, and he said the wall house software picked this up and sent it to me because he's in charge of erasing Hussein's past, and he's in charge of Stone Cold Melton, that's me, son of a carpenter Mary. Northern LA impersonators. As part of his jobs and his duties as that manager is to handle this, but he didn't know what to make of it. Of the wall house, the great wall of evil worldwide is what has just me and all of my imagery. What you see on my chest, what you'll find at a lot of these sites. That's 4x6 prints. On the daffodilias there, follow the links or hit the heart on the Wix site. And the heart on the Wix site is going to take you to hopefully I'll have this up there later today. Hit the boxes over to the right of that heart. And just like the links on the Daffodilia blogspot, it will take you to 24,000 examples of my graphic art that have just me, the handsome bald guy, in them. Now this is laminating day, and I'm going to try and keep it brief. It's already up to 5 minutes. But let me get back to laminating and show you what I have laminated. Did my sugar check. I switch my imagery. I switch it out with the sugar check, so because I make the afternoon sugar check and the morning sugar check. Well, let me get started so I can turn this one off, this laminator. Tommy explains to Rhea whenever the wall house software. Oh, the wall house could do things like get you 100 of these things, or 25 bananas that look just like this banana. All kinds of stupid stuff. The wall house works a lot with the gene pools. That's our unseen business fiction. Pick up your phone, whatever you call it, whatever you don't see on the evening news and pop culture of any kind, but you see it around you all the time. Yeah, the streets will write themselves off. The streets, right? The unseen business writes themselves out of a whole lot of stuff like movies, history books, the evening news. It's our fun fiction. Get your street resume out there. Remember, you don't have to worry about making it to the evening news, unless, of course, it's supposed to be there. And if it's supposed to be there, you damn sure better be making those videos of it, because the top of our fictional streets are real mean. But yeah, Tommy tells Rhea to put the flash drive in. The wall house had come across this and sent it to him for some reason, and he's got to report to Wu in the morning about it. So she puts it in, and it's a handsome bald guy. A handsome bald guy telling a parable. And yes, parables are often wrapped in symbolism. And yes, they can be that way to get past censors. So yeah, the Great Wall of Evil is something, that's my way of describing all that. I always tell you everything in my videos, in my imagery, is attention getting to get you to pick up that phone and try to call me. 424-229-4140. Not 1-911. Flight 93 check of America's Lifelines in a decade of asking. That's a lot of men's censorship conducted without fear of being covered by the evening news. So we the people must be the evening news, because you're going to get something boring when you try to call me. A phone ringing, an error message, a busy signal. The censorship's often boring. You get to leave a message, I don't get it, and you don't show up on that caller ID, call log, call records. So, yeah, whatever you get, it's not going to be boring. If you need the firemen, police, paramedics, and you can bet it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for 93 checks for a decade now and not getting one. No certified mail. About those 93 checks, about any of my attention getting imagery and video. So make that video. We the people must be the reporters. Post it. And post and repost things like these fives, telling everyone how to check and post in five. My graphic art that tells you my address, my number. Make that video whatever you get when you don't get me, post it. Now let me get two of the parable. Because let me see, it's already 10 minutes. The one that's designed to be with that hidden meaning only for those who are searching for that meaning. In the parable that Tommy plays for Rhea there, a video parable, a handsome bald guy tells of Christian land. and how their neighbors, Mormon land. The Mormons are angry, jealous, hateful, violent people, thinly disguised as a religion. And the leader of Mormon land, a Manson, he wanted to place his son in the presidency of Christian land. So he outright attacked Christian land. From the outside, physical, violent attack. And then, with the help of some supposedly peaceful, politically correct, vegetarian, Adventist folks within Christian land, he placed his son. Also with the censorship of the phone, the mail, the internet, placed his son Manson Jr. in that presidency. And those who are part of Christian land. Oh, I'm done. I can turn this off. They 12 minutes. I'm doing more DVD labels. Hopefully I'll have more on the coffee table over there. Those citizens of Christian land who value truth and a fair business, fairly elected officials, that kind of thing. They knew the news media wasn't talking about anything that Manson Jr. was doing as president, and they knew how he was placed there with censorship of the phone. Remember, if you can't reach me right now, that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal, next time you're getting up that with countless other customers, guys, that's your Gates livelihood. So that Gates or Google, Microsoft, or Spectrum, or whatever's a big name in your business can get the business. I post my videos of every call to and from this phone. Made a video about 3 weeks ago, I guess, for the past 2 years, every call to and from. It's on youtube.com/DNFD series. Look for Melton's call logs. And yeah, I'm going to show you the ISO. There. An old one, I have to put some tape over if I want to use it. But I want to laminate it so it lasts. The Convalescent Hospital from Hell address. Now, and if you're in politics and you are calling up countless other folks to tell them who they should vote for or what they should vote for, and you get that, or you're telling them, by all means, make sure Manson Jr. doesn't get elected, doesn't get placed, let's put it that way, in the highest office in the world. And you get that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, business signal. The citizens, the residents of Christian land, they knew they had to mobilize with flash drives, with DVDs, remember the internet censored, with pages of paper, flyers. They knew they had to do that. And so they did. Conversations with one another. The domino effect will take truth worldwide quickly. the Immaculate Network, the People's Network, other names for the Domino Network. So they started doing that because they don't know what Manson has in mind next, and they don't know because the news media is not allowed to cover it. Manson Jr. is of a special type. Yeah, he's Mormon. They don't name him Manson Jr. unless they're Mormon. So they can't talk, the news media, because it's censored, they can't talk about truth. As you make that video of your wife's phone, your girlfriend's phone, your husband's phone, your child's phone, your mom's phone, your grandma's phone, as you make that video of whatever you get when you don't get me, in front of a network news anchor or even a senator or anyone in the public eye, but especially the news media, because they're not covering truth and not covering the news, so that we get Manson Jr. And that buffoon, Gordon, I think his name is, they've got in there now. Oh, some of these names I just make up. Who would name a child either of those things? But yeah, make that video for real, very seriously, of you trying to call me and explain to that network news anchor everything's fake news compared to my family's life. I'm not working and you're not covering it. Because all good cops across America, all firemen, all soldiers, they know that those firemen making videos of the fire station's phone, the policemen making videos of the police station's phone all across America, they try to call me. They know that if their citizens can't reach them or can't reach them in a timely fashion, seconds can cost lives in their business, that it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for 9/11 Flight 93 check calls for a decade now, not getting one. And yes, no certified mail, no non-certified mail, no FedEx, no UPS. Make that video of the mail before you send it, it's going to be stolen. And yeah, do what these folks in Christian land are doing, getting truth worldwide, especially about the enemy from within. Yeah, that politically correct is a devil. I better make that sugar check, otherwise I'm going to forget. I think I got everything. It's good for a first attempt at that parable. Put it that way. Oh, yeah. Tommy plays the parable, the handsome bald guy telling the parable for Rhea. And he says, what does that mean? I didn't want to say anything in front of my workers and then make me look stupid. And Rhea says, I don't know. And she looks over behind on the shelf there behind Tommy, and there's Lefty. The left arm jumped off. And Lefty carries a little notepad in his sleeve for just such an occasion, and he writes down, "A stupid can't think his way out of a wet paper bag." Rhea, I tell him this, and Tommy says, well, I'm just going to go to Woo tomorrow, and I'll say I just don't know what this means, but the software alerted, so I got to tell you. And Rhea says, don't tell him that, it'll make you look stupid. And she knows he has that weakness. So she looks 136, wow. That's low. Of course, I often say this is your family's life on electronic device. If it's high, I shouldn't design beautiful imagery of truth that you can post and repost to get the truth out about America's hijacked lifelines and hijacked mail, hijacked media, censored internet. But let me show you those eyes as Rhea tells Tommy, yes, medical research being passed by. Doctors that I have had in Los Angeles here, I got the Convalescent Hospital from Hell and from LAC USC Keck Medical, and yes, there's a hospital down the road with a whole bunch of angry vegetarians who want to attack me, and I don't like that. So, yeah, and Dr. Miza, I'm not sure if she's affiliated with them or not, but she's right down the street, the easiest to get to until I can find a different one. And she can't talk about I brought it up several times in several places with these doctors, and they're not able to. You'd think doctors of blind folks would be interested in eyes growing anew. Before they started changing in 1996, I wouldn't have been able to roll around like this. I mean, literally, I'd be rolling into stuff without the glasses. Well, I made a 911 Flight 93 fire engine with a, there's the eyes about 9 years ago. Just a little bit of blue peeking through. I'm doing a little genetic carpentry with the help of the angels. And here's from about 5 years ago. Smaller, browner circles slowly disappearing, bigger, bluer circles growing in through and around. No, yeah. As I hear that hatred coming up from down below, remember to ask and answer Jesus' question. Post and repost this, and that's a stigmata wound, at least what I call it. It is a genetic wound that, not progressor, just like the eyes that change and are genetic in nature. Let me show you guys before I forget, and try not to spin too quickly. And I've been dizzy a lot lately, you see. Nasty chemicals coming from the vet next door. Yeah, they gas the dogs and cats, I guess, because they got a nice deal with Chinatown or something. I don't know. All I know is usually it's just the average chemicals used for whatever purposes they use them for, and then lately or every once in a while it's not good. And I've been sick and kind of dizzy from that past couple of days. Yeah, you can see, depending on how bright the flash wrap is, sometimes that little brown ring very lightly will show up. But for the most part, white part they're eating away at the brown part, slowly but surely. You know what's going on with that? Come see me in person. Tell me, because you're going to call if you're a good doctor from your business, your medical practice, and you're going to see your lifelines there affected by what's going on with you trying to call me. It's going to be just as newsworthy if that phone's not allowed to work. So come see me in person, tell me what you think. And yeah, Outwit will travel to us, show you this one. Show me that perfect skyline to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. That's what that religious censorship is. You can't call me up and tell me what to believe. You can't ask what I mean by Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. It's religious censorship. Make a video of it. So was 9/11, and yes, placing a cowardly Hussein in our White House. Rather, we got attacked by a whole lot of angry, cowardly Husseins as well. With 9/11, make that video, post that video, come see me, and Rhea tells Tommy, because Lefty wrote it down. Just tell Wu you think it's part of the Protestant Reformation. And Tommy says, "What's that?" And Rhea says, "Well, I don't know. It just sounds like this." And it doesn't look like you're stupid, and Woo's not gonna know. Remember, when you hear that siren, take out your phone, see how quickly you can make a 93 check video, like I did across the street this morning. On my way to get some food. Try to call John Melton Brady, Melton, 424-229-4140, make a video. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. When you don't show up and it's caller ID, it's call log, it's call records, and you don't know when else or why else those phone records are going to be altered, or why you can't talk to somebody. Remember, seconds count emergencies. It's important. So make that video. Tell them in as few words as possible, as quick as possible. You got to be under a minute for Instagram. YouTube you can stretch out. Twitter, I think you got to make it short. Try to call Melton. Try to certify your mail. Make a video of a person that's going to be stolen. And answer and ask this question. You can put this part in if you want. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? Jesus' question. Answer it with a call, because that's your family's lifeline. 424-229-4140, and that's what placed Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of other cowardly Husseins. Make that video, post that video. Come see me in person. And if you know what the Protestant Reformation, there we go, is, you can tell me. And you don't have to have skyscrapers for a nice skyline to build one of those 1,000 points of light. Just tear down the Great Wall of People that has just me and all those 24,000 you're going to find in all those sites. Oh, here are some more images that are prepared as 4x6 print. Tear down that wall. Be a part of building those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present to greatness with. Come see me in person. 4260 Road Boulevard, Park 409. Well, print me out. I will, all those 4x6 prints prepared that way, like the little blue background there. Print me out. Keep the company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that coffee table. Tear down the Great Wall of People. Be in that imagery, and tell me what Jesus' Immaculate House needs to inspire the future and the present to greatness with. Aside from truth. That's something they put a good stock in Christian. See you tomorrow. It's way too long, 27 minutes.